Hello again, YouTube. This is my positive video. I have the rule that if I post a negative video, I have to post a positive video as well. So, I am posting a positive video. The positive video that I'm going to post about is what I'm going to do to lose weight. Now, being overweight is a negative thing, but we're not going to talk about that. I am a big girl. I think I weigh 16 stone 11 pounds at the moment, which in terms of BMI is morbidly obese. Being this size is not good for my health, so I have got to do something about it to get my weight down, and that's what I'm going to do. I have got my swimming costume ready, and I got my goggles ready, so I am going to start swimming again. I used to swim a lot when I was younger. I need to really get back into the swing of it again, because no matter how debilitating this may become further down the line, swimming is good for you, and it's easy as well. The weight, how the water changes your weight, apparently it can reduce a third of your weight because the gravity effects are different. No, not gravity. The gravity throughout the entire Earth is the same. How you feel in the water is a benefit. It is a massive benefit. I know those that like swimming don't really like the sight of a large lady in a swimming costume. Well, I'm sorry, but I'm afraid it's necessary. If they could make swimming costumes that are a little bit more conservative to the shy lady who's a bit self-conscious about herself, then I'd wear that. But in general terms, swimming costumes are very revealing. I mean, I'm just wearing a sport swimming costume. I wouldn't dare go anywhere near a two-piece. I do not have the shape for that yet. So I've got a nice blue one-piece, and Swindon's public are going to be seeing me in it. So the reason why I am big is because I eat too much. It's as simple as that. I know there are people that can have thyroid problems, can have psychological issues that has caused them to be whatever size they are. I don't judge them. But I am the size I am because I've eaten too much food, especially unhealthy food. I need to change this. Losing weight will improve my quality of life significantly. I mean, I've got a spare tyre. I've technically got 2 spare tyres. I've got... my chest is a bit big. Not even for a good reason. I've got fat calves. I've got fat thighs. I've got excess fat there. I've got basically excess fat in a lot of places, and I need to get rid of it. So that's what I have to do. That's what I'm going to do. I've already come fairly far so far. When I first started weighing myself, I was 20 stone 3 pounds. So I have lost a bit of weight already. I just need to keep going. Which leads me to the next thing that I'm going to do to help lose weight, and that is my diet. Now, before, the diet that I was on was very good. It works very well, and that is the Slim Fast diet, where I would have 2 shakes a day and a meal in the evening. I cut down on the bad food that I was eating. I even changed the times that I was eating, because if you eat carbohydrates after 8 o'clock, it's harder for your body to digest what you've just put in it. So, sorry, 9 o'clock, not 8 o'clock. So I would eat dinner at a decent time. I was eating a lot of veg and fish, a lot of fish, lean chicken. I was being quite careful. But of course, my diet, which I am changing to at the moment, is going organic. I'm cutting out processed foods, which will unfortunately include the Slim Fast shakes, because they do have a fair bit of chemicals in them. So I've got to stop the Slim Fast and change over to something else, which won't be that hard to do. I've got a blender. I've actually got 2 blenders. Well, I've got 1 blender and 1 smoothie maker, which I'm going to use to start making smoothies. So that is basically going to be what will end up replacing my Slim Fast shakes. I'm quite looking forward to it. I've got a colleague at work who's currently doing something very similar, and it's really benefiting her. Just as it will benefit me. So I am going organic. I am hoping to go grass-fed with the red meat. That's the best type of meat you can have. And fish. So organic fruit and veg. As much organic fruit and veg as you physically can. And organic meat and fish. I'm also going, it won't be straight away because it's harder, I'm going gluten-free. Get wheat out of my diet into either making my own gluten-free stuff or buying gluten-free stuff. I've seen some places that sell gluten-free things. I need to do some research because the gluten-free can still have a lot of processing chemicals in it, so I need to research that a bit. Dairy-free. I've been meaning to go dairy-free for a while anyway, because I do have some lactose intolerance. I'm not giving up Ben & Jerry's ice cream, but I am going to go dairy-free. So I need to use up the last of my cow's milk, use up the last of the cheese. I think that's all the dairy that we have. And go dairy-free. So that is what I'm going to be eating. I've got an organic grocer in my area who I've been speaking to. He does a fantastic selection of fruit and veg, and he does live quite close to me, and I need to find a good organic butcher or website that sells organic meat and fish. So that's what's happening at the moment. Swimming. If I can't cycle to work anymore, if my eyesight never gets back to what it was originally, then we have a static bike at home, and I can just recreate the 7-mile journey that I would normally take on the static bike. From the times when I would track my journeys, the routes that I would take, the elevations that I would use, the lengths of time, I can take that information and put it onto a static cycle. So that's what I'm going to do. 5 days a week I will be cycling 7 miles a day. That will take me about 40 minutes. I may need to upgrade my bike because this bike that I've got, the static bike, is quite old and it cannot measure distance. Don't know if I can download an app that will do that for me on my phone. I can look. But 7 miles a day, 5 days a week. It's an excellent exercise to have. And the routes that I took were very easy. They were on quiet roads or cycle paths, and I loved it. I loved cycling 5 days a week. Saved me money as well. See, that's gonna suck. If I can't cycle anymore, I mean, I can't at the minute anyway. I don't know if this is as far as my recovery is going to go or what. But I am going to have to go back to getting a bus pass. I have gripes with bus passes, but that's just me. I know they're essential. Heck, if I could get some kind of assistance with the cost of the bus pass, if I really can't drive or get the cycle anymore, then that would help. But I think there's a pretty strict procedure to do with that, because you have to qualify. The Swindon Borough Council have to deem you as a person that, because of your sight problems, cannot drive. It's not safe for you to get into the driver's seat of a car and drive. If they can consider you that kind of person, then I think I will be getting a bus pass, a free bus pass every year, because then I suspect I will be registered as officially disabled. So I suppose that will be saving me a bit of money. So, lifestyle choices: diet, paleo. If I can also specifically get it, the Walls Protocol, because she is really fascinating me right now. Exercise, swimming and cycling. And I am also going to start looking into meditation exercises, relaxation exercises. I've got music. That was what helped me sleep through the first 3-4 weeks of this. I borrowed a CD from my stepfather, and it is relaxation music. It's called Pure Moods, and that did really help me get to sleep. Very good music, very effective. But I need to get into exercises in a different way as well, like yoga, for example. Yoga is apparently extremely beneficial. There is someone in my anxiety group that I'm going to today, actually. The group starts at 6:30, and it is currently 3:15. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to see just how many courses I can go to for lift psychology, because their work is brilliant. Very, very good. I'm really looking forward to today. What they talk about, what they go through, and then at the end of the day, the relaxation exercise they do, the breathing exercises that they talk about. It's wonderful. If you are in the Bristol or Wiltshire area, lift psychology is extremely beneficial. I would recommend it to anyone. Even if you're not experiencing anything like anxiety or depression, you lucky so-and-so, I would still recommend it. So those are the changes that I have got to make. I've started losing weight, as I've said, so now I need to kickstart it, get my metabolism up again. There are supplements that I can take to help with my metabolism, but I need to shift this weight. It needs to be gone. I have got to get firmly out of the morbidly obese category, which I've got about 2 BMI points left to go. I don't know what that is in terms of weight, but I need to get out of it and then get as far down the other end of the overweight category as possible. Within acceptable guidelines is green, overweight is yellow, and morbidly obese. So I've got to at least get out of the red zone. So that's what I've got to do. And that's what I'm going to do. I was skinny once. It was a long time ago, admittedly, but I was skinny once. I just need to get back into it again. Gives me, if anything, a whole new excuse to buy a brand new wardrobe. Because I'm already too big for some of my clothes. Some of the size 22 and 24 trousers that I was wearing currently, not too long ago. I'm not going to buy clothes in little spats little and often, because as you get smaller and they don't fit, you get frustrated because you have to sell them on and you've lost out money. So that's what I'm going to do. That's what I've been planning, researching. I've even put money aside for things like, because organic meat and veg will not be cheap, but we have worked that out already. And I'm looking at memberships for swimming. I've got to speak to my doctor to see if I can get referred to a hydrotherapy pool. And off we go. That's what I've got to do. I will post regular updates about my weight, how it's going, tips that I've found that work. You hear a lot of diets, tips, fads, exercises. Some work, some don't, depending on who you are. So I will post what I find out, as I always do. So, thank you for listening.